What's your advice to a business that starts today with conversational AI? Do you advise them to go full throttle for agentic AI, or is it too early? Is it more hype, or is the technology not mature enough, or is it mature enough?
I think it depends on the organization. So I showed you earlier this is our, and let's go back for a second. So we have two different modules you can add to manage agentic AI experiences. One is AI agent, which is the one we looked at earlier in the demo, right? Which allows you to create great dialogues. It uses something like Ultimate or Zendesk Advanced AI or other components. That's just one example. It uses that in the background to do that, which means that between babelforce and Zendesk, we actually have a lot of control, because on both sides, both on babelforce and Zendesk, you can create flows like this, right? Which guarantee alignment most of the time, or nearly, in fact, all the time, really, with the business process. So that I would advise anybody to do, right? So that's like a no-brainer. You can protect your brand and you can take advantage of LLMs in this case. You still, by the way, have some risk in that area, because if you point the LLM at your FAQ or your, like in Zendesk World Help Center, and in your knowledge base, you then use the data to train the LLM. Then, of course, the LLM also uses some foundational model, right, as its basis. So it's going to hallucinate. It's going to answer incorrectly. So you still have some risk, but it's a manageable risk. And if you're honest with your customers, I think this is the key thing. And you tell your customers, like, I am an AI bot. I don't get everything right? But I'm going to read. So, you're calling us or you're writing to us on chat after hours. So there's nobody who can deal with your request now, but maybe I can help you. And if the chat bot, for example, also delivers the link, or if your voice bot can deliver by SMS the link afterwards, and if you're honest and you say, you should check what I've told you to be sure, right? Then you can define let's say a customer experience policy, which allows you to manage the risk. So I would say this setup, where you've got good alignment inside the dialogues, where you're not going to break your security model or your policies, and you've got a reasonable customer experience that you can, don't promise too much with the LLM, and have some capability to prevent it from going off track, then you're at a relatively low risk. That, to be honest, Dominic, is about as far as I would go in recommending to a small or medium-sized business, because they don't have enough engineers, enough capability, enough people, right, to monitor what's going on and improve it, and the technology is too new. If on the other hand, we're dealing with a company that is AI first, has a bunch of people who are working on LLMs, they're investing in the technology themselves, then we often also suggest the voice bridge. So the voice bridge allows companies to basically plug in their own real-time engine for AI, whatever they're working on LLMs. And that means that they can run a dialogue themselves if they have that capability. If you're going into this world, though, it means that you're also going to, as a company, have to tackle the really hard problems of guardrailing. So I think there's two different situations. But I do not think that for critical, like mission critical dialogues, I do not think that the technology is actually safe to just deploy any LLM and let it roll, right? Unless there's a very, very specific guardrailing and constant capability where you can, as a human, jump in and say, oh, look at the last 1,000 dialogues, these ones are wrong. And unless you can do risk mitigation for your company, I think it is inherently a risky thing. There are big trade-offs in there. So your question was, would I recommend full agentic AI? I don't think full agentic AI exists actually for customer service. Because agentic AI by definition means autonomous agents. Like, there's no true autonomous agent that you can trust not to do something wrong, right? I don't think they exist. Despite all the hype, I know a lot of people want to claim there are, but I mean, I haven't seen any, and we have extensive AI labs inside the company, so we haven't seen a way that you can guarantee full business alignment with a complete autonomous AI. It's just not possible.